the question is, what is holiness? Right. Holiness clings to our experience as the Jewish people. God says, "Atem tiyu li mamleches kohanim v'goy kadosh." You're going to be a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. Kadosh, kadosh, kadosh. We say it, in the Kedusha prayer. We're familiar with this idea of aspiring to transcend. There's a certain element of that's what we associate with holiness. But if it's meant to be a directive, it's meant to be a defining characteristic, well, the question is, what does it mean to be holy? So the suggestions, the number of suggestions for what it can mean to be holy are numerous. Rashi says holiness means to abstain from that which is forbidden, and that abstinence leads to holiness. Ramban Nachmanides says it's about sanctifying what you can do, and whatever you are permitted to be involved in, you should do so for a higher purpose. Some look at it from a sense of mysticism and asceticism, separate from the physical. Holiness can be for a higher purpose. People think they're holy activities like observing mitzvot. They're holy days, which are opportunities to connect us more powerfully to God. Holy objects, which elicit respect and reverence. Generally speaking, people talk sometimes in shul, but they, sometimes, depends where you daven, but people talk in shul, but they don't seem to make a big fuss and are not distracting when they carry the Torah around the shul or when you open the ark. Right? There's certain moments that elicit reverence. Right? There's certain places that elicit this type of excitement. I think about the Kotel. It seems to have a powerful pull on people. Is that holiness? Is that God? How exactly does that work? We don't know, but maybe that's the realm of the holy. So Rabbi Moshe Feinstein notes that the command to be holy is followed by some very simple and logical rules, like honoring one's parents, not stealing, dealing justly and honestly in business. It would seem that more difficult and complicated religious observances would lead to holiness, and not these. So how is it that these mitzvot are the postscript of holy? So Rabbi Feinstein answers that we see that holiness can be achieved even when one engages in the everyday, in the interactions with other people, in going about one's business. One isn't holy only on Shabbos or holidays or when keeping kosher. One is also considered holy when acting properly and doing the right thing. It's an all-consuming state. And Rabbi Feinstein notes that it's really meant to start with the small things, because if we master the little things, then we can be sure that this carries over into the larger components. And so where is holiness? Everywhere. How can we be holy? Living a purposeful Jewish life. Can we be holy with? Anybody. And that is a very foundational way to start and to look at holiness, not as something that's so far removed, but as something that is very much attainable. And throughout the Torah, we encounter this idea. What comes to mind, especially at the very end, when we are reading at the end of the Torah, Moshe's summing things up. Ki karov elecha hadavar ma'od, v'ficha u'v'lvavcha lasoso. It's very near to you. It is very near to you. What's the it? So we can have a whole conversation about what the pronoun describes when we get to that parsha, but in many ways it seems that ki karov elecha hadavar ma'od, that's exactly what it's referring to. The ultimate accomplishment of the mission of being Jewish is accessible. It shouldn't be looked at as something very high that's only in the heavens with the angels. It's something that is very much accessible right in front of us in daily activity, in interactions with people, in our professional lives, in all sorts of venues. And in a sense, that is accessible holiness, and not something that is, for the angels, as the sages say in the Talmud, "Lo nitna haTorah l'malachei hashares." Torah wasn't given to angels, so it's not meant to be something that's just amongst the holy and the deep. It's something that's meant to be very much attainable by each and every one of us, and that's what it means, Kedoshim to you. That's what it means to be holy.